What's up? In case you've been living under a rock, Russia invaded Ukraine a few weeks ago, and, if you can believe it, people and companies have found ways to make it about themselves. The View, known for being a bastion of intellectual discourse, recently had a segment where Sunny Hostin discussed the casualty estimates of the Russian invasion.
Estimates are 50,000 Ukrainians will be dead or wounded. It's heartbreaking.
Most people would probably react to that with sympathy for the Ukrainian people. Some might question the ability to accurately predict the future like that. Others might just make fun of her for being named after the weather. But Joy Behar, who was dressed like Deadpool's lawyer, had a different response.
You plan a trip, you want to go there. I want to go to Italy for 4 years. I haven't been able to make it because of the pandemic, and now this,
Exactly. You have to focus on the real issues in times of war. Hey Ukraine, I know the constant shelling of your country is annoying, but could you keep it down? You're keeping Joy from riding in a gondola, taking novelty photos, and checking out some marble dong.
And his name is John Cena!
Oh, hey John, perfect timing. When he's not bowing down to China or wrestling in jorts, John Cena likes to do a bit of acting.
I just chugged a 40 with my asshole.
Recently, he starred in The Suicide Squad as Peacemaker, a character that looks like a hubcap cosplaying as a big wheel. The day Russia first invaded Ukraine, John tweeted that it would be a great time to summon the powers of Peacemaker. A lot of people responded saying it was insensitive to use the invasion to promote his show, but I couldn't disagree more. If Putin saw that the rest of the world was occupied by gun-toting, primary color-wearing toasters, he'd give up once he realized it's not worth taking over since these would be his spoils of war. In more tone-deaf celebrity news, Annalynne McCord, who actually starred in Tone Deaf the movie, released a video of herself reading a poem she'd written for Mr. President Vladimir Putin. Under the watchful eye of Buddha, she powers through a severe case of hot arms and cold neck to drop bars about how Putin wouldn't be so evil if only she'd been his mother. Ignoring the weird implication that Putin's mom is the reason that he invaded Ukraine, I don't really see the point of her poem. Unless she thinks that someone's gonna run in just before Putin launches a missile and go, "Hold up, man, that chick from Feliz Navidad says she would have been a good mother to you if your dad went back in time and impregnated her." As you know, fashion unites us all, which is why we have to give credit to these models who are all dressed like they're going to a funeral at the Met Gala. Except for this one who looks like Gomez Adams at the X Games. After toiling for what must have been hours on their signs and painted hands, they stood outside a giant sandcastle and protested the war. As photographers used every camera style from the past 20 years, this model showed us how violence is woven into our society by using a wicker basket to cover her tit. While she was left hanging waiting for a high five, this model broke off her gold leash and protested in front of a bank. Her outfit showed that she was also attending the Met Gala funeral, and her bucket seemed to hint that she helped build the sandcastle backdrop for the other models. However, after looking more closely at her shoes, it's possible that the bucket is actually to collect donations for her trip back to the first hot topic on the moon. While she hangs out up there, earthbound companies like Pepsi, L'Oreal, IKEA, and Apple have halted operations in Russia, leaving diabetic Russians unable to look fabulous while assembling furniture and FaceTiming their friends. As these companies and others like TikTok, Coke, and Disney leave the country, it kinda seems like we're just setting Russia up to have a mental and physical health advantage over the rest of the world. Luckily, the M&Ms recently became more inclusive, which raised all of our spirits, but it didn't seem to have the same effect in Russia. After having her looks degraded and hearing that McDonald's is leaving the country, the brown M&M chained herself to her favorite restaurant in protest. As she proves that some things really do get lost in translation, and as Americans continue to be completely disconnected from reality, we can all learn something from the brown M&M. You may think you're tough beneath your hard outer shell, but when it melts away under the heat of nuclear war and the pressure of a McNugget shortage, you're just a scared little chocolate bunny, desperately trying to prove that you're not hollow. Alright, that's all I've got. If you see more strange reactions to what's happening in Ukraine, like Madonna's confusing music video or Sean Penn going over there to make a documentary for some reason, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
It's been driving me crazy. You've been driving me crazy, driving me crazy. You've been driving me crazy, driving me crazy. You've been driving me crazy, trying me lately, trying me lately. You've been trying to try me lately, you've been trying to drive me crazy.